Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got my Boxycharm by Ipsy for September that they sent to me. So kind of them. So what I like to do in these videos is I go ahead and open up the boxes, I try out the goodies inside, and then I can give you some kind of like first impressions, mini reviews on the goodies inside. So that's what we've got today. It's gonna be really informal. I'm just gonna try to do this quickly because I have limited time to film today, but I wanted to show you what I got in my box. So if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do unboxings, favorites, new at the drugstore, reviews, empties, get ready with me. It's just a lot of fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we are chatting about Boxycharm by Ipsy for September. So let's get to it. So here is a little look inside my box. So let's go through the different goodies in here. First off, I got a skincare item. This is from Goldfaden, MD. And this is the Radiance Whip Brightening Treatment Mask. And it says a nourishing mask featuring a rich buttery texture, melts into the skin and helps brighten the complexion while supporting the skin's natural barrier. I love barrier sort of like focused skincare products. So that's like a magic phrase for me. If it talks about the barrier, I usually am excited to try that product. Leaving it feeling hydrating and looking refreshed, promotes a glowing experience, helps improve overall skin tone, supports the skin's natural barrier. There you go. Okay, so it says on here that you can apply it to clean, dry skin, avoiding the eye area, leave it on overnight, or it says as for 10 minutes. Or as for 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes? I don't know, I'm guessing as a mask. For 10 to 20 minutes and gently rinse or remove. So I actually left this on overnight, so I applied this to kind of the bottom part of my face, and I also applied it to my hand, like my left hand, just because I was like, let's just see and see what it looks like the next day. And I don't know if it was just like, you know, in your mind you're looking for differences, but I do feel like I could tell a slight difference, that this hand looked a little bit more hydrated than this hand. Now it looks more hydrated because I already like used some makeup remover on it, so I mean I have more hydration already on this hand, but let's just look. It is a nice brightening sort of a product. I did notice that like when I put it on my skin, it has like a glow to it. Like you can definitely see the glow. Very pretty. Even like before I blend it into my skin, it's kind of like pinky toned or something. This hand is very dry right now. So let's blend this in. I am so right-handed, so blending with my left hand is like, this should not be difficult, but my left hand just doesn't know what to do. So let's get this blended in. I mean, it just looks so much more hydrated instantly. So I like this product. Like I said, I love products that help the skin barrier. I do feel like I can see a glow. I mean, it says leave it on overnight, but I wonder if like if you have really dry skin and you want like a super glow, I don't know. Would you maybe want to use that during the day? I'm not sure. That's a lot of glow. It's funny because this hand was already hydrated, so it looks more glowy on this hand than this hand. Like this hand just soaked up the hydration. Okay. Anyway, moving on. That seems like a nice product. Then I also got a ColorWow product. I love ColorWow. If you watch my monthly favorites, my yearly hair care favorites, my empties videos, you know that I use the ColorWow Kale Infused Cocktail and the Carb Infused Cocktail every single day. I love those products. I think they have tremendously helped my hair. I have tried this product from them before. This is the Money Mist Luxe Light Leave-In Conditioner. That's a tongue twister. For glossy, expensive looking hair. So I did use up a whole sample size of this product and I do really like it. I have fine hair, so I find that like finding that perfect balance between hydration without my hair getting a little bit stringy, or stringy would be the main term I would use for it. And this one is borderline. Like if you don't have as fine of hair as I do, I think you would love this product. Like it really is nice and hydrating. It has a really good fine mister on it, which is nice. It's like that, almost like that continuous, rather than a spritz, it kind of continuously sprays, which is really nice. It smells good, kind of like, it almost reminds me of like sunflower perfume or something. I don't know, like something kind of fresh and floral, but not overpowering, especially once you have it on your hair. Like, I really don't notice it now. But I don't think my hair looks, you know, stringy right now, but it's borderline. I had to use very little product. I'd already started to use my other product because I forgot, and then I was like, oh wait, I need to try this. I need to use this today. So yeah, it's kind of like borderline for me. But I know there's like other things about this. Yeah, okay, here it is. Proprietary, oh, I don't know that word. Baeolized? I don't know. Amino complex and marine botanicals moisturize and renew elasticity for longer, luminous, healthier looking hair. So I think it's supposed to like really keep your hair strong, healthy, you know, that it has that bounce so it's not going to snap. So anyway, I do really like this product. It's not a go-to leave-in conditioner type product for me, but I think if you have, I'll still use it. It's just, you know, slightly a little bit more hydrating than I think my fine hair can handle. But if your hair is not as fine as mine, then I think it's an amazing product. Okay, then I got this. I do have this on my lips right now. I could apply a little bit more. This I don't know. I think it's more the color because I feel like something slightly strange is happening with it. This is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Tinted Lip Oil, and this is in the shade Hope, which I love that. I love that name. Here's the packaging. I love the colored packaging. That's really pretty. Here's what it looks like. Has a doe foot applicator on it, like that. I don't notice a scent on it. It feels very nice and hydrating. Let me show you a swatch because I do have a little bit of liner on with it just to give my lips more shape. It was like, you know, just, I felt like I needed more shape to my lips. So here it is here, nice and hydrating. I feel like it was kind of collecting in the inside of my lips, and I don't notice that happening a lot with products. So I'm not really sure what that's about, but that's the one thing I kind of notice strange with this. But I really like this color. It's kind of like a warm rosy, I would say, sort of a shade. Beautiful shade. It feels nice and hydrating on the lips. That's really the only thing I notice about it. So I'm not sure what would really cause that. Maybe I use too much product. That's definitely a possibility. If you use too much product, it just kind of moves around and can collect on the middle part of your lips. So probably that. Yeah, I think I just realized, I think I just answered my own question. I think I used too much product. Okay, let's remove this swatch and go on to the next product. I'm looking at my lashes. Oh, a little bit of a stain to it also. Had not noticed that about it. That's nice. Then I got a mascara. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Sculpt Lengthening and Volumizing Mascara. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could read more about it, but it sounds like it's supposed to be lengthening and volumizing because it's a lengthening and volumizing mascara. Here is what the brush looks like on it. So, you know, when you open a new container of mascara, sometimes you just have to like, I find you have to use more of it because there's just not as much product on the brush yet. So, does that make sense? Not a lot of product on the brush. Anyway, so I found that I had to use quite a few layers of it, but I do like the final product. I do feel like my lashes look nice and long. They were separating, this was separating my lashes really nicely, which I liked. And it did seem to build volume. I had to use quite a bit to build the volume, but I was wondering if it was gonna start doing the little like clumping thing on the ends of your lashes, like doing the little mascara balls or whatever. But I really wasn't noticing that. So I do feel like it built on itself pretty nicely. I feel like overall mascaras are just, I don't know if like the formulas coming out are more towards what I love in a mascara, but I feel like I'm liking mascaras that I try more than I have in the past. And then favorite thing in this box. This is from Alamar Cosmetics, pretty packaging, pressed pigment palette, and this is in this Nudeas? Something. I don't know. Exotica. This is so pretty. I love these colors. Here's the back of it. Here's the palette itself. I do have this on my eyes. This is gorgeous, y'all. This is so, so pretty. Let me show you swatches. So it has a row of mattes. Beautiful. I did a little combo of these two in my crease. And then I have this one as my liner. It worked great as a liner. And then, oh my goodness, these duochrome shades, so, so pretty. They are so metallic and light catching. Are those not gorgeous? I had a hard time choosing which one to use. So I used this one kind of on the middle to outer half of my lid, and then I have a little bit of this, I would say, on the inner third of my lid. I will say this is like a thicker, almost like, I mean, it says pressed pigment sort of a formula to it. So at first I was trying to kind of buff it on. It wasn't working. So I found that I really needed to use more of a flat brush and really kind of pack it on. And then, I mean, it's hard to make this subtle. These are more like intense, light catching, beautiful, reflective sort of shadows. They're just really, I don't think they're necessarily intended to look kind of like more subtle. And that's not a bad thing. They're beautiful. This one's like a duochrome pink, lavender. This one's a little bit more gold. This is that kind of like MAC blue-brown pigment kind of situation. And this one's like a brown, purpley, taupey, pinky, it's not even duochromes. It's like multi-chromes because there's so much happening in these. So yeah, I would just say pack them on. Because I was trying to buff them on, I did have a ton of fallout of shimmer all over my face, and I was trying to like wipe it off. It wasn't coming off. I was having to use tape to really kind of pull it off my skin. I think it's because that's that thicker pressed pigment sort of formula. So I would just say use a flatter brush that you can kind of pack it on your lid, and I think it'll help prevent some of that because they're beautiful. They are gorgeous shadows, but I think it just kind of takes figuring out, you know, the slight like adjustment you might have to use for how to use the formula. That wraps up this video. I would say overall favorites, definitely the palette. This is definitely my favorite thing. And maybe like the skincare product, but I'm gonna use this too because I love ColorWow products. So I would say those are probably my standouts, but especially the palette. I'm super excited about that. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you are excited to get in your Ipsy box, in your Boxycharm box by Ipsy. Boxycharm box by? Boxycharm by Ipsy. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you're excited to get or what you got in your box that you love. I would love to hear that. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!